Let's go ahead and move to your main topic.
All right. So my main topic. All right. We are fans of That Pedal Show. Okay. That Pedal Show did a video where they had compact boards and everything, and one of them didn't have reverb or something like that. They just used delay, and usually I like that. Like, if I don't have reverb, it's not a big deal for me. So I was gonna ask you, do you feel like reverb or delay is the most needed, or do you need both? Like, when you're playing a gig, do you have to have both? Can you live with just one? And if you live with one, which one are you taking?
Okay. So, if we're talking about, so we're talking gigs, right?
You're gigging. This has nothing to do with at home.
Okay.
What's inspirational? This is truly at a gig. What do you need the most, or do you need both?
Okay. I need the most delay at a live gig. Reason why is my gig's empty and there's a lot of reverb. No. Reason why is because there's usually some ambience going on. You got a little bit of ambience, but also if you're miking up, you can get reverb through the PA and stuff.
That was going to be one of my points.
I feel like it's not as big of a deal if, oh crap, my reverb tank kicked out. You know what I mean? It's going to happen sometimes, or whatever. Reverb pedal gets messed up. So for me, reverb is the thing on a gig. If I had to lose one or the other, I hope I lose my reverb. Delay, I've got some songs where it's very delay oriented, where it kind of builds the song, you know. Maybe it's a certain rhythmic delay or a certain time delay that really adds to the song. If I'm missing that, like sometimes it sounds like I'm playing, I'd have to make it up and try to play it with my guitar what the delay is making up.
Yeah.
So for me, it's definitely going to be delay is more important on a live gig.
But do you need both?
I need both. I definitely need both. They're just different things, you know? I actually been thinking about a thing that I want to kind of do with you here one day. We'll do it on video too, I've got this kind of new little thing I've been doing with my delay pedal that's really interesting. But when you don't have the reverb with it, it's kind of like, I don't know, it kind of doesn't work as well.
Okay.
So for me, I need both. I need delay and reverb both. Because I'm using them for certain effects. And they kind of, the songs I'm playing right now, they require them. You know? So what's your thoughts?
All right. So I don't know if anyone checks us out on the socials. And I don't like to plug ourselves, but we are on Instagram and Facebook. And I posted on there, I just got a new amp. I got a Princeton Reverb.
Yep.
New. I mean, it looks clean. It's used.
Yeah, new to you.
Yeah, it's new to me.
We've been talking about this for just like a year.
I know, but I finally got a Princeton.
Yeah.
So I've been using a Tweed Deluxe, a 5E3 Tweed, and I can't turn it past 1.5.
Right.
That's my problem.
Yeah. We've been through this.
Yeah. So the volume taper on a Princeton is real nice.
Yeah.
Gotta say. But it's got reverb on it, and I'm like, have I really been missing this reverb? It is nice. It's nice to have reverb. Do I have to have it? No. I think I'm different than you. Like, I have a slapback. We both use a Halo on our small boards, and I have a slapback. And honestly, when I have the Tweed, I don't feel like I have to have reverb. Maybe it's because, and I cheat, I have an HX1, and I use the reverb on that as an effect.
I love that you're like, I don't need it because I got this HX1 that has reverb on
it. So I'm cheating a little bit. But I will say, there are some songs that you just kind of need that reverb.
Yeah.
And you can't really replace it with delay as much as you want to. It's just not the same. It also doesn't give you the depth that you're looking for. Now, granted, I was playing a Tweed, so like going dry is totally fine. Like, it's a little more mid-heavy.
Especially in a live gig.
In a live gig. You know, when I have this Princeton, I mean, it does open up my sound. It's a little more scooped. You want that reverb. So, I would say, do I have to have reverb? No. But I always want reverb.
Yeah.
I have to have delay.
I always want it as an option. So, here's a question for you. You got your Tweed. You've got this reverb that you're loving in this Princeton, right? You've got reverb that you're kind of pulling out of the HX1. for certain songs, kind of as an effect.
Mm-hmm.
But is this Princeton making you think that next time you take your tweet out, that you're probably going to want reverb on most of the time?
No.
Really?
Really. Maybe it's me in a live setting, but like when it's more, so when I start and stop, when I'm strumming, I like the immediacy of not having reverb sometimes. And I say sometimes, most of the time. It makes me feel tighter as a band. And maybe that's just in my head. I don't know what it is. But like in a live setting, I just feel like my start and stop time without reverb, I prefer most of the time. Really, I only use reverb as an effect. Really long decays, really cavernous type stuff.
The Princeton will be different.
Maybe so.
Yeah, because you're going to be taking it on the first gig this coming up week or so.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be much different whenever you get there with it.
You know what? Come back to me in a few weeks.
So with my deluxe, when I take it out and I've got the reverb on whenever I go out to a live gig, I just turn the reverb down just a hair from what it is whenever I'm at home.
I will say our gigs are totally different.
Completely different.
I'm playing with a full band.
Yeah.
So
it's a completely different thing. However, I think you'll find a similar thing.
Yeah. So I think you have to have delay. If you got reverb, use it, but not a necessity for me.
Not a necessity, but I want both.